So I've been analyzing the Madrigals and I've put off Camilo for a long time. One, because he has such few lines in the entire movie, but also because I relate to him a little bit too much. People pleasing was my thing when I was younger. You know, I just wanted friends. I just wanted peace, and life didn't have a lot of it. And being the person that people could lean on felt like the way to get it. And so now when I watch Encanto and I see Camilo in the back, always making someone laugh, always checking on his mom, with almost no lines of his own, I don't really find him funny. I find him a little heartbreaking. And today we're going to talk about why. So Camilo's character looks like he was built to entertain. His gift is shape-shifting, and he primarily uses it to turn into, one, a mirror for people, and two, whoever else they need to see in the moment. He's jolly, he's happy, he's part of the family Madrigal, but as we watch him closer, you can kind of start to see a little bit of missed potential. He is easy to overlook, and that is exactly the point. If we watch Encanto and watch closely, he has almost no lines, no real moments of conflict, no scenes where they ask what Camilo thinks, what he needs, how he feels. He's an extremely present background character, but he's never the subject. He shapeshifts, but it's never really about him. It's always in service of someone else, whether he's trying to get the room to laugh or bring his mother reassurance or deflect the energy when the tension starts to build up. It's a gift that is constantly running, but it's never pouring back into him. So he's this character that's happy and warm and playful, part of the Madrigal family, but there is a large part of him that we never get to meet. And so what we need to do is we need to actually take a look at Camilo's gift and see what it could be used for versus what he's using it for now. Because we've all met a healed Camilo. We just didn't know what we were looking at. So the healed Camilos of the world, they're the creative directors with a signature vision so specific and so fully formed that their clients come to them for that. And they can hold that vision because they can move between worlds and people so fluidly. They know what connects communities together. They thrive in boardrooms, community tables, and creative spaces. And the key is they don't ever lose themselves in the process. That range is the gift in motion. They could also be the socialites who anchor the room. They can talk to anyone, move between anyone, hold 10 different conversations in one night, and remember what lit them up inside, connect people together. It's a confident, ease-filled way of moving through the world. These people are not defined by what they give the room, even though it's so impactful and so expansive, but they're defined by who they are. And because of that, the room responds to it. In their relationships, they're not the ones managing the dynamic constantly. They have opinions, they disagree, they take up space. And because of it, people feel safer around them and they attract healthier people, and relationships have a better foundation because of it. And that's what the gift looks like when it's rooted in identity instead of anxiety. Camilo has everything it takes to be that person. The sensitivity and the range and the instinct. You know my theory about Encanto. I don't know if that video is still up, but is that the children in Peppa's bloodline develop their gifts to adapt to having a parent with unpredictable emotions. And so even though Camilo developed this gift as a method of survival, there's a distinction, a shift in steps that he can take to take a gift developed through survival and turn it into something that profits him in the long run. But it involves shape shifting because he chooses to and not because he's scared not to. He grew up as Peppa's son, and when your mother's emotional state controls the weather, literally changes the climate of the entire village, and nobody in the family has learned how to regulate that. She hasn't learned how to regulate that. Someone in the family has to become the thermostat. Dolores went hypervigilant, constantly scanning for danger. Antonio went inward to his own inner world, and Camilo went performative. He became whoever they needed him to be because maybe a good laugh was exactly what the moment needed and nobody else was going to do it. But the trap that Camilo gets stuck in is that he's gotten so good, too good, at reading what everybody else needs. He never stops to take the time to ask what he needs. He's fluent in everybody else's emotional language that he has no idea how to speak his own. And so technically he can become anyone, but he has yet to find himself. So he has a gift, but he barely exists in his own family story. Like, we thought Mirabel was ignored, but Camilo was pretty close to the outskirts too. So while they love Camilo, they can't connect with him. You can't truly connect with someone who's always in the process of becoming whatever you need. Camilo can entertain them, he can charm them, but they never actually know him. He never builds an identity independent of the people he's around. And he never takes the time to figure out what he thinks, what he wants, what he would choose if he was the only one around. And it leaves him in a constant state of reactivity. So obviously in this movie, his full potential never shows up. And if you can relate to that part of not knowing who you are, I know I could multiple times in my life after going through big life changes and re-examining how I felt about a lot of things. I actually have something coming up that was built exactly for that. And it's designed to help you identify the clues to who you really are and what really lights you up inside the everyday life you're actually living. And I'll have more on that soon. But yes, if you love Camilo because you are Camilo, or if Camilo made you kind of sad and you couldn't figure out why, either way, you might have learned somewhere along the way that the cost of belonging is a piece of your identity. All right, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.